everyone, it's Kayla, and today we are going to be discussing The One by Kiera Cass. If you don't know anything about the selection, I will link the video down below, and I'll also link the video for my Elite review as well. So if you've read both of them but not this one, you could go watch those and then read this one and then come back. So yeah, this is the third book in the 5-book series of the selection. So since it is the third book, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you to leave so that you don't get spoiled. So bye, don't be spoiled, goodbye. I don't know how to feel about this book. I love the selection series. I really enjoy reading them. I think they're super cute. They just make you feel nice and warm, and I love reading them, but everyone in it irritates me so much. That is kind of how this book went. I was really mad at America the whole book, especially when she comes back from her family and she's like, I'm gonna tell Maxon, but then she doesn't, and he finds out the next morning because she is obviously being like intimate with Aspen, and he knew it the whole time, and I knew it when he kept looking at her little bracelet that had the little button on it from the guard's uniform. He's not stupid, America. He's not. I think that what Kiera was trying to do was have the romance sort of at the forefront and then just kind of show this rebel thing going on in the background to show a little bit of turmoil going on. But really, we just kind of see the rebel thing happening, but it's not resolved. They get married, but we don't really revisit this rebel thing. We still don't know what's going on with the Northerners. Like, we know they're helping us, but have we gotten the Southerners under control? What's going on? We never really know why the Southerners kind of want to, like, kill everybody. It's just, I was really pleased, though, that she did marry Max, and obviously she would have. Like, there's no part of this that could have ended with her not marrying him. I just loved the wedding and how she's like focusing on everyone, and then she looks at him and it's like, I have trained myself to believe that with every book, don't believe that someone is dead unless you see them die. So Celeste was obviously dead, but at first when America was told that her dad was dead, I didn't believe it, and I thought she would go there, and it turns out there's rebels, like, and they want to like have a better cause going or something like that. I didn't actually believe her dad was dead, and all the deaths in this book didn't feel real, except for the one with Celeste, and that one happened so quick that we don't even, like, really process it. Whenever it mentioned her dad dying and then the king and queen dying, it was just so quick. They're like, oh, the king didn't make it? No, the queen didn't either. Okay, cool. It just went by so quickly, and I really would miss the queen, and I knew that we had to get rid of the king somehow. Like, he had to die without America or Maxon having anything to do with it, because I do think Maxon still loved his dad, and if America had tried to kill him, then that would have not been good. But, so obviously rebels would have to kill him. I just didn't expect it to be so quick and so easy. I'm still thinking of, like, every other book where killing the bad guy has not been so easy. I also liked how we got to see Ashley come back. Like, all the girls got to come back to see who would get chosen to be his wife. If you watched my selection video, whenever she left, I really didn't feel resolved with her. Like, I wanted to see her again, and I'm happy we got to see her. Celeste getting shot was really sad. We just grown to love her. She was resolving everything and making amends, and then, like, all of a sudden she's shot in the back of the head, and I'm like, I also really was kind of annoyed when Aspen was like, you know what, I think I realized that I don't even like you, like, because I like you. I feel like because I'm so used to protecting you, it's like an obligation to like you at this point. And she's like, yeah, I don't want you to be a second option for me and all this stuff. And I'm like, why? Like, this whole thing could have been avoided if y'all would have just, like, thought of this sooner and confronted this. And it would have caused a lot less trouble with Maxon, who literally had to take a bullet to realize that he did not want to let America go. That was another part I was just like, about, because he is so bitter towards her, and definitely she deserves it. Like, America girl, you screwed up and you gotta face a consequence. But he was like spitting at her. It said he was like, you can pack your bags and leave afterwards. Like, he was so sassy, and I'm like, homeboy, you ask her to listen to you, just listen to her side. Like, she seriously had just, like, laid a hand on Aspen's chest and was like, it's not like that. Maxon walks around the corner and flips out and sends Chris away and was gonna totally, like, marry someone he didn't even love because he was so mad at America. The realization that Chris was a rebel wasn't very surprising, and it kind of just didn't have any repercussions. It sort of was irrelevant, other than resolving the fact of who was feeding the rebels information, it didn't really matter that she was a rebel, honestly. Like, she talked about how at first it had been part of the rebel cause to get her up there, and she would just promote rebel things when she was queen, but then she'd fallen in love with Maxon along the way. But still, like, it's not honestly that bad. America didn't like him in the first place either, and she didn't really do anything, like, according to the rebels. She wasn't doing anything of importance, so I don't think it was really that important to find out that she was a rebel sympathizer or anything. I know I'm picking at this book a lot, but I do love the series. I went and bought the other two, like the last two at Target today, so I do love it. It's just fun to pick at things. I also was really mad at Coda in this book, obviously because he's just terrible, but he is so mad. His dad literally left him a house, and he is flipping out and is like, what do I want to do with this dump? He's super mean about it, and everyone's literally grieving because her dad just died, and he is worried about what he got as like an inheritance or whatever, and that just made me really mad. I was super happy when America like put her foot down and acted like a queen to him. I was like, sit down and shut up, and I was, you go America, you tell him what to do, girl. The part whenever America gave her jewelry to the prisoner was really heartfelt, and it was just really nice. We knew how much she loved all of her jewelry, but she could not send this guy to jail just for not like agreeing with the king, and she gives him her jewelry and is like, go, you're pardoned, like give your debt to the king. And it was just awesome to see that. It did like dig her in a deeper hole with the king, but like it was just really, really sweet. We find out that Anne has a crush on Aspen, and I always forget when I'm reading these books that her maids are basically like her age, if not maybe a little younger, but every time I picture her maids, I picture them as old women. I don't know why. I think it's just the way they bicker. I have no idea, but I always forget that they're like Aspen's age and America's age, and so I was like, ugh, she likes Aspen? Then I was like, oh yeah, she's like 18. Of course she likes him. I thought it was really sad that she kind of didn't really have a chance with him because him and Lucy were like together. And secondly, Aspen totally was cheating on America. Like whenever he was definitely seeing Lucy for like a while, and Lucy knew that him and America were going on. As we get towards the end, we find that out, that she finds out. And so everyone's just cheating on each other. America's cheating on Maxon with Aspen, who's cheating on America with Lucy. And Lucy's not cheating on anyone because she's a darling. Everyone's just cheating on each other because they're not happy. Like, America and Aspen weren't happy together, so they cheat on each other. And then confront it and are like, hey, we're not happy, let's not do this. The issue, though, with Anne and Lucy both liking it, Aspen was resolved quickly because Anne was shot, and we just, like, never even think another word about it. I still love this book. I really don't think it should have taken 3 books to narrow down the selection to America, especially since we knew it would be her all along. But that doesn't mean that I didn't love it. I enjoyed reading it. They're just fun. You can just read through them really quickly, and it was just enjoyable. So leave me your thoughts on the one down below. Tell me if you're going to read the next 2 that have America and Maxon's daughter as our protagonist. And tell me your thoughts about this book. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Bye!